Hey everyone, welcome to the Ukulele channel. Today I kind of have a fun thing to show you that I'm not really upset about. It is kind of funny of what happened here. So I have ukuleles that my students can check out to practice ukulele with at home, and sometimes damage happens to them. But one of my students brought this home and then turned it in. And when you wind an ukulele, the strings is supposed to come up and over the top. That's how they wind. And the A string, or the blue string in our case, it's hard to see with all the blue that I'm wearing and the blue in the background, but the blue string was wound the wrong way. So I went to take a look at what's happening and then fed it through. This is a pull-through bridge. As you can see right there, this is an Enya that I've been checking out for a good 8 years, I think, to students. So they're holding up pretty well. This is the Enya KUC 20 model. I don't think they make this anymore. It's a laminate mahogany or a sapele. And just a really good ukulele. Comes with a good case that kids can drag it from home with. I had 10 of these. A couple have gone missing over the years. Students have, I guess, adopted them and not brought them back. And that's okay. It's all right. These were purchased with the intent of getting them home to students and letting them practice with it. But what the family did, and you know that the kid didn't do it themselves, is these have a bead on them as you feed it through. You tie a bead on the end and you pull it through. Somehow they managed to feed it through, tie it together because it broke, and then feed it up and just barely get enough purchase. I can't imagine how hard they worked to put the string on the tuner to get it there. And we have extra strings. We were able to, at least before tariffs began, buy kid strings in bulk from Aquila directly. They sell them in sets of 20. So I was able to get strings some time ago that I can swap with. And Aquila also is aware that of all the strings that are going to break, it's going to be the blue string the most. And in their early batches, that happened more frequently. So they, at one point, sent me like a pack of just like 20 separate blue strings at my request. Very, very supportive. So I don't have a problem changing a string, but this is kind of a sign of a parent probably losing their mind thinking that they were going to have to pay for it. Now, again, I don't think that supports the health of the sound of the instrument or anything, but they had fed this through, tied it together. This was underneath the soundboard pulling against this knot right here, which is not supposed to be there, and then the bead. So I just think that's funny as a way to avoid just telling the teacher that, oh, the blue string got snapped. It doesn't really matter. By the way, the rest of the instrument was totally wickedly out of tune. So I'm sure that little brother or sister started turning the tuning pegs and broke a string, which happens. But it is just so funny to feed it through. And then I can't imagine how hard they had to work because there was not much left behind. How hard they had to work to get that string to wrap around, and why it was wrapped backwards. Either they didn't know, or that was the only way that they could get the string to catch. Because if you've ever changed ukulele strings, if you don't know how to feed them through, and especially if you don't have a whole lot of lead, you can be in trouble. Now, new strings almost always have a ton of extra lead, but if you're trying to make an existing string last, sometimes you don't have enough string to make that happen. So I think that's hilarious. And I'll be reaching out and be like, hey, if that ever happens again, just let me know. We've got some extra strings. I do tell students that it is possible that if you break strings, that you may have to pay for strings. But that would have to be a case where a student was misusing an instrument. This probably isn't one of those cases, nor would it ever be where I would charge a student to swap that out and just fix it. So I think that's funny. And I actually think I'm going to hold on to this string as an example in the future to tell future students about, and put it with the other damaged items that I have, including instruments. So I just wanted to share that with you today. I think that's funny. I think it's something worth sharing. And it actually does bring a little bit of laughter and joy in my life to think about how hard this parent must have worked to make that solution work. Just crazy. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.